Buongiorno. Today I'm getting lost on purpose. I'm gonna be spending a whole day trying to get as lost as I can. I just did that. This is a small sneak peek for later on in the video. And I'm absolutely lost. I have no clue where I am. I got a little fire going on and I found a shelter. But tomorrow I gotta find my way back. And I don't have a compass. I don't have a phone. I don't have a map. All I have is while I'm waiting for the darkness so I can use the constellation of the stars. I'm gonna use the sun and I'm gonna use a few known landmarks. So will I get back to Gällivare tomorrow? Maybe the day after tomorrow, or do I need to be rescued? I guess we'll see at the end of the video. Okay guys, before we get into the video, there's a small disclaimer I would like to make. It kind of goes without saying, but of course, don't try this at home. Getting lost is quite dangerous, and especially in these winter conditions that I'm doing it in. It still freezes at night, there's still a lot of snow on the ground, and it can just be very, very dangerous. I myself have taken several safety precautions. Besides that, it's also the first time for me doing something like this, so I've chosen a very easy map with easy landmarks, and I've chosen days with very good weather so I can use the stars and the sun pretty much guaranteed. But even with all these safety precautions, it's still a very dangerous thing to do. Getting lost is no joke, so please don't try this at home. But other than that, enjoy the video. So as a sleeping setup, I got a sleeping pad and a sleeping bag, which is rated till -1. And for clothing, I brought a windbreaker jacket. I got a set of thermos clothing. I got a knife with piece of flint. And then I got a clean pair of underwear, socks. I have my phone in case of an emergency. I'll be turning this one off and I will not use it. And then I got a power bank, charger, extra GoPro batteries. I got food with me worth of 2 days. So I got a jet boil, I got some dried food, got some salami, I got some monsters, and of course my essentials water bottle with filter, and some trash bags to bring all the trash with me. So that's it. I think it's time to get lost. Okay, so there's one simple rule to this challenge, which is that I cannot retrace my own steps. So any step I take today to get lost, I cannot walk back tomorrow. So I gotta move forward. All right, so here I am. I'm at the E. Here you have Gällivare. This is the end goal. So right now I'm west of Gällivare and I'm about to get lost from here. And then the plan is for tomorrow to find my way back to Gällivare. So this is a nature reservoir, and I've actually never been here before. So I've never been here before, so I don't have like a benefit of recognizing old trails where I've walked before, because everything is new to me. So it's gonna be very easy for me to get lost now. Nice weather though. Sun is shining, somewhat in the plus now. I think it's like plus 8. That's actually super nice. But tonight I think it drops down to about -1, -2. Alright, the first move of getting lost is here, guys. An intersection. Shall I go left or right? I think I'm gonna go to the right side. It's kind of crazy getting lost on purpose. It feels very unnatural to like purposely forget like where you are. And that actually isn't all that crazy. You see, humans actually have primal fears. It's fears that we were born with. The two main primal fears are the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. But there's a few other fears that are very deeply rooted in our evolution, which is the fear of darkness, fear of getting lost, fear of being alone. These are all things that back in the day basically meant certain death. I wanted to take a break against that tree there, but the second I got off the trail, the snow is like it's like knee deep here. All right, we keep moving then. We keep it stepping. Oh, fuck. Oh, we gotta get the posture up. Sun is shining. The weather is sweet. I do actually miss my phone. I miss a bit of a doom scroll. I could really go for a doom scroll right now. That might be the hardest part of this whole challenge, is not scrolling TikTok and Instagram. Oh my god, guys, what kind of bears do we have here? Look how ginormous that paw print is. There are actually bears around in this area, but they're very rare. It's the same as the north of Sweden, the very north. I'm still in like the Arctic Circle, so I am in the north, but it's the same as the far north, like Kiruna. It's like they have the European brown bear, but it's just extremely rare. But this is not a bear print, but I think it's just a big dog. But let's hope that's what it is. And I'm also very close now to the E45. You can hear the road. It's on the right side of me, and that's actually the road where I started from as well. So you know, I got lost partially, and now I actually kind of know if I take that road back, that road actually goes to Gällivare. Hopefully soon I can dive into the wilderness a little bit more, but there doesn't really seem to be too many trails around here, and as you've seen, I can't really go off trail either, so we'll see. But it's still early in the day, sun is up. I don't know what time it is, because also, since I don't have my phone anymore and I don't have a watch or anything, I actually have no time indication other than the sun. But based on the sun, I would say it's like 4 o'clock or something, and I'm planning to just walk until the sun sets, basically. Sun sets at like 8, 9-ish, so we have quite some time left to get properly lost. That's reindeers. I noticed the trail. See, this is reindeer footprints. I noticed it a minute ago. Look, here they are. Wish me luck. Oh my god. But you know the drill, guys. When nature calls, you pick up. I'm trying to get lost, guys. But after switching trails a few times and having a few failed attempts at sneezing, let me try again. Fuck. I finally got lost. Luckily, I ran into a shelter that I could use to spend the night. Oh, can't read that. But it has firewood. I can make a fire there. I'm gonna try to figure out what this says. Radak allt inte elda på avsett plats. Jag startar en bara pen. I've been learning Swedish, but I don't know what that says. I know this one though. Sexsjö. I think my younger viewers will know what that probably means, but yeah, I can't read the sign, because you know, with these things, although there is not really a pet anyways, with these things it's often that like you're allowed to make a fire or hang out, but you're not allowed to sleep. So I don't know if that is what it says or it says something else. What a view. Check this out. Wow, this is really nice. I think I'm taking a rest. Probably take a bit of a snack. And get a snack, have a rest, and then maybe stay for the night. I don't know. I'll think about it. Right, so I've been thinking about it. The signs are both above the wood storage, and so I've been learning Swedish, but I can see plots, and then pa is, I think it's on opposite, so on like designated spot, place, like on designated place. I think it means something like that. And then this, I think this is something to do with fire, so innanför, I think like inside fire. I don't know. Oh man, I gotta get better at this shit. But I think what it says is that you should only make the fire on the designated fire spot. That is my guess. I think it is basically telling me to not make a fire like here, you know? But it doesn't say anything about sleeping, which makes sense because there's no places where you can actually sleep logically. Because like here, that you can't sleep there, same there. This is unsleepable. That is just weird. So it probably doesn't say anything about sleeping because it's not really designed for sleeping anyways. Little birdie in a tree. Anyway, so that being said, I'm gonna sleep here. I'm gonna call it a day. My legs are killing me. They're actually crazy tired. So after deciding I was gonna spend the night there, I quickly got started with turning snow into drinkable water by boiling it with jet boil. Then I also made my dehydrated meal from Adventure Food. Shout out to Outdoor Food NL for sponsoring me with that food. Link is in description. You can buy it yourself, same as jet boil, with 10% off. After that, I made a fire in a somewhat questionable way, but you know, it worked. And then I basically just, you know, rested up for the rest of the evening, ate my dinner, enjoyed the fire, watched the sun go down, and I went into bed, ready to find my way back home the next day. And after a very long and cold night, the sun finally came back up. It had been an extremely cold night. My sleeping bag was rated to -1 and the weather was supposed to drop down to -1. But I think it easily got down to -6 or 7 and I was absolutely freezing. So before I could make breakfast, I had to go on a run just to get my body heated up because I was freezing. Alright guys, I'm warm again, I'm ready, and I'm excited for today. It actually is an amazing day, and I think I have an idea on which way I should walk. But first, time for a bit of a brekkie, a bit of a breakfast. Oh, they're gone. A few very small white birds. Last night when I was sleeping here, or before I fell asleep, there was a ptarmigan that like flew over. It was like a zzz. I actually thought it was a drone at first, but then did a weird little ptarmigan call. And this spoon is really I might catch a disease or two from this one. I held it in the fire, so all the bacteria should be dead. Packed up and ready to go, guys. Yesterday we completed mission number 1, so now it's time for mission number 2. So, where are we? Okay, so this is what I know. So if Gällivare is here, then we have a very large, not super high, but we have a mountain here. A mountain here, the Dundred mountain, and here we have Gällivare. I have a very good reason to believe that this is that mountain. There's another mountain over there that could be it, but you see the tree line goes higher there than it goes here. That means that this mountain is actually higher than that mountain, and I know it's supposed to be the highest mountain in the region, so I think this is the Dundred mountain. So that means I cannot be here and I cannot be here, because otherwise I would just simply see Gällivare. That means I am somewhere on this outer line. Now to figure out where I am on this outer line, I need to know where north, east, south and west are. Last night I was laying right here and I looked up at the stars, and with the stars I could see that the north was actually over there. So the north is this way. Here is the north. And we can double check it because the sun went up over there. As you can still, it's still on that side, which is correct because the sun goes up on the east. So we have north, east, south, west. We can triple check because this is where the sun went down last night and sun goes down in the west. Now that we know that the north is over there, we can see that we are on the southwest side of the mountain. So we see the mountain here. We seem to be here. Gällivare is here. So if we take a straight line, Gällivare from our perspective should be right behind there on the mountain. So I came from that side yesterday. I think there's a trail here and a trail closer to the woods. I think I'm gonna go closer to the woods and then follow the trail there, because it seems like the trail is bending to the left there, which should be perfect. So that is the game plan for today. I'm gonna put the backpack on my back and I'm gonna just start hiking, and then here and there I will do checkups to see if I'm still on course. That was actually such a lucky find yesterday. So yesterday I came from there, so I can't trace back that way. And then we have a trail here, but we also have a trail there, so I'm taking that one. Get as close as I can to the mountain. Alright, good news. The trail does seem to bend around the mountain. Whoa, fucking hell. Anyways, I see a little puddle of water, so I'm gonna fill up my essentials bottle. So now I cannot see the mountain anymore, so it becomes a little bit more difficult to navigate. But I think I'm heading east, like northeast east. I think that's where I'm going, because the sun is there, and you know, it's been up for a minute, so it's the sun in the middle of the day. The sun is on the south side, but I don't know what time it is. But I don't think, I feel like it's still early in the morning, because all the ice is still very frozen, and later during the day it becomes you know, starts to melt again. So I think it's still decently early in the morning, 9 or 10 I think. Yeah, it becomes definitely a lot more difficult when you don't see the mountain anymore. I just keep moving, and then I think soon it'll be time for a monster, very soon. And after about an hour of walking, I found a very nice spot for a white monster. What a nice spot for a white monster. Oh, here I'm gonna enjoy my monster and my last salami, and then after I'm gonna do a quick little test with the sun to make sure I'm still on track. I think I'm still on track. I think I'm going the right way. I think I know where I am, but it's better to just double check. So I'm gonna double check after the break, and hopefully we can find Gällivare soon. I've been walking for a long time. And also, as my last salami, I have one more dehydrated meal. So I really hope I find it today, because otherwise, you know, tomorrow I have no more food, no more monster, which is a big problem. Well, that would not be nice. But I reckon we find it today, boys. We gotta find it today. There's actually clouds coming in now, which is a bit of a problem. The way it works is you stick in. I've never tried this before, so I hope it. So I have a stick there, and then you see to where the shadow goes. Alright, so I got a stick in there. Now I gotta wait for the sun to peek through the clouds again. And then I'm gonna mark to where the shadow goes. And then 20 minutes later I do the same thing. And then from the first mark to the second mark should be west to east. I also think it's about midday, which means the sun should be around the south side. So I think south is about here. I think it's not midday yet. I don't really know, but I think south is somewhere here. So the east should be there, west there, north there. Sun popped through. Let me see. Oh, I'm just gonna put the glasses here. So the corner of my glasses, that's the very tip of the shadow. So we're gonna come back, and I expect when I come back that it's gonna be like here. Well, I guess getting lost ain't that bad after all, son. You see, sometimes you need to lose the trail in order to find your path. Yeah, that's my best Arthur Morgan impression. It's pretty fucking shit. But anyways, the shadow has moved, and I have finished my monster. Alright, so as you can see, it actually stops here now. So from here to here, east is that way, south, west, east, north. North, east, south, west. That is how I thought it was. So I guess we ain't lost after all. Let's continue our road. So the sun is there and the south is here, so it's a little before midday. I hope I can make it back to Gällivare before tonight. Alright, so we got another trail going that way. I'm continuing on this one, because to the left of me, you can't see it now, but there should be the mountain, and the mountains here, the hills here, those are the other mountains that I saw earlier this morning, which I was debating whether it was the Dundred. So what I'm doing now is, it looks like there's a little valley here, so I'll try to walk through this one, and then I have to bend a little bit to the left, and then I should be at the Gällivare. Great news, guys. You see here the antenna. So the antenna is on the east side of the mountain. There is an antenna and there is a chairlift going up, because you can go actually downhill skiing from the Dundrit mountain. And I can now see the antenna and I can see the top of the chairlift. So I know 100% sure this is the Dundrit. And I also know this is the east side, which is also nice because that's correct. That's where I thought I was. That means that right there Gällivare is. And now all I have to do is find a trail that goes a little bit more north. And after walking for a few more hours and several trail switches, I finally found a trail that actually went up north. I came across some interesting insects, but not only that. After a very long while of walking, I actually came across caravans and parking spots. I think I came across Gällivare. Are you there? Oh my god. Yeah! Yoo-hoo! Finally. Man, I've been walking for days. We finally made it, guys. I finally made it. I feel like David Goggins. Days. Finally, some firm ground. Walking in the snow takes so much more energy. I think it's time for a monster, a beer and a burger. Now let's see what we can do in the amazing town of Gällivare. We got something like a high rocks kind of course. You guys want to see some insane fucking muscle? Come here, boy. Come here. So good.